All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Goodell Multiverse podcast. We're going to talk about the Multiverse Minute, even if it's 45 minutes, the news of the week. So today is May 1st, 2026, so happy May Day, everybody. And the first thing, actually, we're going to talk about is a DC topic. So, the Lanterns trailer. Some things went down, guys, even this past week. It was taken off of every major official account online, the trailer, completely. And in the same day, a new marketing promo art was rolling out, and that stayed on track. That was on schedule. And then suddenly everything was re-uploaded with better graphics and better imagery. And we definitely have to talk about that because you don't see that happen too often. So yeah, last Saturday, DC Studios decided to suddenly pull its upcoming HBO Max series Lanterns trailer everywhere online, yet promotional material was still rolling out. Then suddenly, things were re-edited and uploaded, and the major sticking point out there, Ike, is that it was due to fan backlash. So, what are your thoughts initially on this?
Initially, it's definitely strange because, this is a trailer that everyone was waiting for. It's a big deal. I personally am not a huge fan of the Green Lantern Corps and all that. That's a big sell on me. So you have to, you really got to try to get me interested in what we're talking about when it comes down to Green Lantern and everything. So it's an important trailer to get guys like me to be interested in the show. I got a chance to see the trailer before it was down, which is good. I'm sure there's some people out there that haven't, probably not a lot, because I think it got a lot of hits. But there's probably some people wait a minute, I didn't even get a chance to watch that yet, and that's too bad, because it's a good trailer. I have several thoughts on this. My initial thought was, is there? I initially thought that they were servicing the fan problem with fans being upset about the colors. Guys, I get it. Would we like it to be that? Sure. If you're diehard, my Green Lantern's got to be perfect, then I get it. I understand that passion because I have it for many things as well. But it's also not your story to tell. And the colors of their suits aren't going to make a difference on how good the story is. It might help. It might feel not as personal to you if Spider-Man's suit is purple instead of red. It'd be weird, but we'd still watch it. And if it was good, how do you say it's bad just because it's purple, right? So I think that I would feel disappointed in James Gunn and them if they caved into just people online being upset about what they saw. Then once you read into it and start looking at what really happened in this, from my understanding, it's not very clear truly what really happened. But Christian Harloff did a nice little segment on his podcast, and he explained that some of it could be due to licensing issues with music and things that are in the trailer. And this is something that DC or Warner Brothers and all them have had a hard time with in the past as well, especially when it comes down to showing their material on other people. If we were to show the trailer now while we're talking about it, is there's a double licensing thing. I don't quote me 100% because he went into it and I was driving, so I couldn't stop to write the notes down. But he did say that there's something like that it could be. There's nothing official about that, by the way. He also did put, so just so you know, this is all speculation, but it could be as simple as, we messed up something and someone's getting fired for sure, because that's a marketing material. It's costing them money every time it's not out because it costs a lot of money to make. So I bet you this gets fixed and that same trailer gets released again. Now, when and how soon, I don't know. If that's what the problem is, I'm sure it's being worked on right now. But because if it's to change things, then that's a shame on James Gunn and them. That makes me feel worse about what we're getting out of the DCU, because I am excited to see where this DCU goes, and part of it is a show like this, or like we've talked with Clayface, where I think we should keep our mind open to what that could be, even though it on the surface looks crazy, right? So yeah, I would, you never know, guys. This could go a lot of different ways. My knee-jerk reaction was, they gave in to fans. Don't do that, because I definitely don't think you should. Tell your story. Be brave, because you might be surprised. I mean, do you think Bryan Singer would have gave in to fans if they knew those suits were going to be black in the movie? You know, it's like we got them in a trailer, and that was the first thing people complained about was, oh, the X-Men are in black suits. What's going on? Watch the movie. It's amazing. You know what I mean? It's things work, guys, in the guise of what it's going to be. So yeah, but I personally though, now that I've heard some of this, I think it's a licensing thing that's going on, and we're just in the midst of seeing it getting fixed.
Well, I'll have to listen to that segment from Christian Harloff, right?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Maybe we can tag it onto our thing somehow. I don't know how to do that. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But anyways,
Or
guys,
at least put on there in the comments where to look for it for his.
yeah, something like that, because we definitely want to give a shout out to you, Christian. I've listened to you a couple of times too, and we like you, man. So,
Oh yeah.
my initial thought to this was the fan backlash, personally, because I,
Mhm.
just like you, I had the chance to watch the trailer before it was taken down, and then I have seen parts of it when it was re-edited and brought up. Mind you, I haven't watched a complete full trailer, but the imagery alone, even the um the logo is green. And I know the biggest, so I'll be honest. Marvel is my number one. DC is my number two. I'll watch DC if I'm really bored of Marvel, which is like 0.5% chance that will ever happen, honestly. But that's just me. I do know enough about DC because Green Lantern himself is one of the core Justice League characters, and I like the Justice League. I think they're a cool team. I'm not too much into the mythos of the Green Lantern Corps and the Lantern Corps and all that stuff, but I do know I have a friend who is a hardcore Green Lantern fan over anybody else. He will pick Green Lantern. I'm like, okay, tell me about this. What is it that's intriguing to you? What is it that makes it so unique? Why does he have such a fan base? Like, just tell me as someone who's genuinely curious. And it is all about the colors. Each of these lantern cores, there are all different colors. The colors mean a certain thing. And it talks about, similar to Thor with his hammer, whoever should be worthy can hold Mjolnir, Mew Mew. Um, the ring is similar. The ring chooses you to be the guardian of that world or universe, however it is. Like I said, guys, I'm not a Green Lantern like 101 guy, but this is from what I know of. So please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But when this trailer initially came out, and they were very clear, this is John Stewart and Hal Jordan, two Green Lanterns. And then all the imagery showed brown suits, it showed different colors that were not green, and it doesn't help when one of the producers or writers, I should say, of the show recently came out on the podcast saying, yeah, the color thing is stupid. Be like, wait a minute. If Now, like I said, I'm not a Green Lantern, like, super fan here, but I do believe if you are working on a project, you need to know what the project is and be passionate enough about what makes the project good for the fans to have a fan base if you're gonna work on it. So, if you come out and say that the colors are stupid, why are we bound by the colors? And then you find out that the Green Lantern Corps, the reason why they're called the Green Lanterns is because there's all these different colors and they all mean a different thing. That's kinda sad. That does a disservice to the fans that you're trying to promote this movie to and this show to, this project. So, that's my initial understanding of this. It does look more green, and I think that they did that on purpose. It could have been I don't think, personally, that it's a story change they did. It's not like they just went through and did some reshoots and they redid the, whole trailer just as a new story. I think the story's staying the same. I just think that they realized from the fans in particular that, oh, these colors do mean something to them.
Hmm.
And so if that means turning the brown shade up a couple notches to reveal more green, maybe the special effects to make the ring look green and glowing, fine. That's if there's I don't think that it's changing the story. I just think visually it's looking appealing to people that are gonna freely promote it for you online. That's my understanding.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I guess maybe I didn't realize how important the colors were because, like I said, I don't know them. I do realize there are different colors. I did see the old Green Lantern movie, and they explained that a lot.
Mhm.
But we also don't know the context. This is just
Yeah.
a trailer. I mean, there could be a reason why that suit's brown. What if he's like in exile or something, and this is what you get while you're in exile? Or
Mhm.
we don't know what's going on here, right? So
Yeah.
for fans to just freak out because it's not right what it should be right away,
Mhm.
to me still feels very knee-jerk reactionary, if that's what it is.
Mhm.
Because you can add these colors in
Mhm.
and do all this without pulling a trailer.
That's true.
Like you could say, hey, look, the show comes out and everything's green. Like, oh, wow, the thing was wrong. Cool.
Yeah.
There's tons of trailers out there that have whole entire scenes that aren't even in the movie.
And to be honest, guys, and I'm not saying this as a diss to DC, but announcing a Lanterns trailer was not bringing up the hype that I think that James Gunn thought it would. And so having a controversial trailer be released, making everyone talk about it, and then pulling it and putting it back up, that could be just some super genius James Gunn move for us to talk about.
Yeah, it might be. But I also don't think he cares if you're hyped or not. He's just going to make it. Because what's the worst he's going to do? Lose his job? The guy still has made how much money doing what he's done. And until he makes a bad movie, you're not going to get him kicked out.
Yeah.
So this might look bad. The reception might not be there yet. But if it comes out and it hits, it's no one's going to remember this. And that's just like with Superman. He is on record saying it doesn't need. It just needs to break even. I don't care if it's a $1 billion movie because it's more important to him that it's good. Because if it's good, he'll make more because you'll want more. And it was good enough. It's just Superman's not our cup of tea. So it's kind of like, whatever. But like, it was good enough. I mean, it's not the worst movie, so. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to be getting from him is his attitude is also, I really don't care if you like it or not. And I think that's why I definitely lean more towards there's something going on that's like a licensing thing that's got this thing taken down. Because a lot of the stuff that you can fix for fans, you don't pull the whole trailer for where nobody can see it. Like, and to me, that shows we're not allowed to, which means something's going on that is that's not, because even if you're going to change it, you'd still leave this one out there. You'd still want the marketing to be there.
Yeah.
And then just out of nowhere, drop another one with a little different tweak in here and there. And people say, oh, look, it's fixed. They did that with Sonic, actually.
I was thinking the same thing. The
they never took that trailer out.
Yeah, it looked, everyone complained because it doesn't look like Sonic. Right. And I'd be like, all right, you watch it and you're like, come on, guys, you could do better. The video game's literally right there on your shelf.
Yeah.
But then they released a updated version of the trailer. And
you could see both of them at one point in time. And that was a good thing that fans complained about because that Sonic looked weird.
Yeah.
I knew what they were trying to do. I know what they were trying to do, and I kind of give them a lot of credit for it. But like, I think they underestimated. Just make him look like the cartoon. We don't need.
That's the thing,
this
guys.
Weird looking pedophile looking hedgehog.
I love your eagerness of creativity, but at the same time, when these characters are already made and written for you, it's not that hard.
Right.
Don't make it harder. Your work is hard enough to make it look believable.
Yeah.
So don't go the extra mile for some statement. Yeah. Whatever. So the question is for you guys on the Lanterns TV show. Do you agree with Ike's assessment? Maybe it was a licensing issue. That's why it was pulled massively across all accounts. Do you believe a little bit more of my thoughts? It was more of a fan backlash, and they're like, let's re-edit this and reanimate this and make it look a little greener. But it could be a mixture of both. It could be everything, to be honest. It was like, oh, one package. Let's just redo the whole thing, guys. What are your thoughts? Please let us know in the comments below and share this with a friend. We definitely want to know.
Yeah.
All right. Ike, take it away for the next one. This is going to be an interesting.
All right, guys. So some more Spider-Man news. Maybe we'll talk about Spider-Man right until it comes out, obviously, because we can't wait. So Tom Holland announces recent behind the scenes or recent reshoots, right?
Yeah.
To add new footage. And Amazon Spider-Noir releases a new trailer with exclusive early access for certain Prime subscribers.
Yes.
So I gotta be honest. I don't know. I don't really care for any kind of the early access stuff.
Me either.
It never ever applies to me. It's cool. People are going to get it. I can wait till it comes out. We literally just watched the trailer because Sam had asked me, have you seen a new one that just dropped? I'm like, no, I didn't. So he held his computer up and I watched it and wow, it should not look that good. It has no right looking as good as it does, but it looks great. These early access people are in for a treat, I think.
Yeah. All it is, like you said, it's just early access. It just means a couple days in advance, maybe at most, because this is coming out within the next couple weeks. It's like May 27th, I believe it comes out. So, guys, whether it's coming out early access on the 24th or the 20th or tomorrow, it's not like I mean, I get your gripe if you're paying a lot of money for Amazon Prime, and this is a Prime exclusive, so you can only find it there.
Yeah.
And then Amazon adds an extra layer of, hey, purchase this and we'll even give it to you quicker. Be like,
Yeah.
why? You're already asking people to pay like, I don't know how much a year for Amazon Prime. So why are you adding on this extra thing?
Yeah.
I don't get that. It's not like this is a theatrical release where now they're like, you can watch it at home for an at-home price. I get that because they need to somehow make up their money back from it on at-home viewers. But this, I think that's unnecessary. But at the same time, for me personally, it's not a make it or break it for this.
How'd you feel about the trailer though?
Trailer. Awesome.
It's a show, correct? It is a show?
It is a show, and this comes back to what we talked about in the previous episode of where the Spider-Man rights go and things like that. So this Spider-Man, and please correct me if I'm wrong, internet, but this is a different Spider-Man. This isn't Peter Parker. I think this is Ben Reilly, I think they call him. He's a detective. Spider-Noir is his own special comic line, and I love that they're filming this in both color and black and white.
Yeah, me
So
too.
if you like that black and white taste, definitely watch it in that. It looks cool. But for me, I watched the trailer in color, and I gotta tell you, it looks magnificent in color too.
Yeah.
It's not like they just put a filter on it for the color version. They really did film this very elegantly well, and I'm actually genuinely excited to see who is this character because I don't know too much about Spider-Noir.
I know nothing about him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
it's I'm actually like it's
I like Nicolas Cage and him
I
playing
can't
this.
believe we got 60-something-year-old Nicolas Cage playing Spider-Man.
Right?
Like, I'm all for this, man.
This is so cool.
Yeah, it's like I can't wait to do.
Like,
I
how they
can't.
get this done?
Yeah, I can't wait to do our branch point on this show.
Yeah, we did decide that, guys. That after Daredevil, while we're waiting for Vision Quest to come out, the next branch point breakdown segments are going to be every week's episode of Spider-Noir.
Yeah, I mean, why not? We're gonna give it a try, and it just looks. The cast in this looks great. I had no idea Brendan Gleeson was in this movie. Holy moly, guys. He's one of the best actors out there. He's very underrated. He's excellent. And he looks like he's the villain in this, right? Is what appeared to me in the trailer.
It looks like there's multiple villains.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, it just looks good. It just looks like a lot of fun. Yeah. And Nick Cage, guys, come on. We need more Nick Cage in our life. No matter what people say, let him do his crap movies. But when he's on, you know, like, and I'm excited to see that. So, but the first part of this news is Tom Holland announced his recent reshoots to add new footage. I
did a reel online, guys, that it was released. So definitely go and check that out on our YouTube page where he gives a quick reaction to it. It was really good. Yeah,
and I'll mirror some of the stuff I said in that. Basically, all movies have these reshoots. There's nothing new here. Him saying it like that, I don't know. I think it's kind of clickbaity, to be honest. I don't think if there is things being added, that's the time to do it, isn't reshoot, especially if it's easy stuff. And I can't think of probably every one of these superhero movies we talk about has done this. Like, oh, by the way, let's add this, let's add that, let's add this.
And I will say there's nothing controversial except for personal fanfare of Jean Grey that's come out about the Spider-Man movie where I can see them say, oh, we need to correct this. You know, Spider-Man has been, the writing behind it, the directing behind it, everything's been pretty consistent of, we are ready for this movie. We are going to do it on our timely schedule, and reshoots are just like with every movie. It's part of the thing because you get into the editing room and you're like, that scene doesn't work. We need to look at it from a different view. And therefore there's 2 days of reshoots right there on just that scene. You know, it's simple stuff, guys. And I don't think if they did add Jean Grey, they're not going to in the reshoots take her out. If she's in it, she's in it. So we'll just have to figure that out when we get there.
Yeah, I wouldn't stress too much about whatever this is, guys. I doubt it's anything huge. Some of it is timing. Some of it's like, hey, we only got this person for a couple of days, so they're going to go in the reshoot category. They could be shooting some completely new footage, but it's only because they set this time apart in the beginning of all this,
Mhm.
before this movie even started production, part of its production notes was so many days of reshoots for these reasons.
Yep.
Every single movie you watch, guys, has this.
Mhm.
Every single one. Some more extensive than the others. The stories you want to worry about is when they say, you know, we're doing extensive reshoots and the movie now is moved to a different date.
Yes.
Those are the things that you should be like, oh no.
Yeah.
That means something's changed in the process of production.
Yeah.
You know, when they already have planned this and they haven't moved the date, then you're all right. It's just normal stuff. Now they could add wild. Who knows? There could be something wild in this.
Could be a whole new scene.
Thanos could show up. Who knows? Why not? Everyone else is in this movie, obviously. So it's, well, you know, let's see what happens. Like, so,
Or
but yeah,
may get Professor X just roll up in there. I
yeah,
guess.
just rolling by.
Yeah. I would laugh though. Honestly, I would.
It'd be funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish the best cameo could have been in for this movie. Stan Lee play Professor X.
Yeah, I know.
Just roll by and be like, huh?
I still, a part of me thinks that it wouldn't be in bad taste to put Stan Lee in these movies. Like,
Yeah.
you know I'm going to get a
We
lot of
miss it.
backlash on that.
Just
But let's
because
be
we
honest,
miss
how
it,
cool
though.
would it be, like, just to have his face there? Or even if you start doing, like, photos of him and things, you know, because you can do a lot of backlog of photos where you're not generating him AI or making him computer then. Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame to not see him. It's definitely a miss when we don't see him in these movies.
Well, there was a rumor after his passing that he had filmed some stuff in advance of just random stuff to talk about that you could have like generically insert into some of these films. Obviously, we haven't seen that since his passing.
Yeah.
So maybe that wasn't true. Maybe it was just a rumor out there. But if there's backlog footage like that, B-roll footage that
Mhm.
is just basic funny stuff while they're trying to film his scene for a movie, you can use that, and then it's not AI, and then you get your Stan Lee
Yeah.
fix for the 2 seconds you see him, because that's a highlight when we're reviewing all of our retrospectives. I'm actually looking for Stan Lee, and then it dawns on me after Endgame, you don't see that anymore.
Yeah, because it's not new to do characters with CGI that of actors who have passed away.
Mhm.
It worked well in Star Wars. It worked well in Alien Romulus. There's a lot. I mean, as long as it's tasteful and everybody agrees it's there, and his estate or whoever would have the rights after he passed away got what they deserved for it, and everyone was, and he got the recognition. Because I'll be honest, one of the biggest missed opportunities I think Marvel's ever going to have in the long run is when we get to a live version of what a Watcher really is. It should be Stan Lee playing the Watcher, because he shows up in every movie, and it's like that'd be the great disguise of this. He's witnessing all this happening, right, from a different points of view. And how cool would it be if he's just, you know, maybe
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that'd be real neat. And to me, it wouldn't be distasteful because he's passed away. No, actually, that'd be honoring him as the Watcher of his creation, right? Like,
Yeah,
to
'cause
me, it's like you're doing him a service of this is yours.
think about it in this
Yeah.
aspect, he's still watching down on us,
Yeah, really, if you want to
watching
look at it that
everything,
way,
so
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's just our thoughts on that.
Yeah, anyways, let us know, guys, what you think about this. Are you worried about the reshoots? Do you think that, you know, there's trouble in Spider-Man waters, or do you think it's just, you know, nonsense and they're just doing extra stuff? Because, you know, it could be either way, but I think it's the latter. But and also, what do you think about this Spider-Man Noir coming out? And I hope you guys watch the branch point on that. Comment below, guys, on how you feel about this news story and what you think about those two things, please.
Mhm.
All right, Sam, hit us with the last one. Almost.
Okay.
I have a
Alright,
surprise
so
for you.
This one, guys, if you are a DC fan and a mega DC fan and just so happen to find your way onto our Marvel Goodell Multiverse podcast, please enlighten us in the comments below. How important is this team? But it was revealed by James Gunn this past week that a film he had wanted to do theatrically, called The Authority, based on a team in DC Comics called The Authority, has been shelved because apparently they quite don't know how to write a script for it. And that it brought up a couple big questions for me. So I wrote down here, among James Gunn's ambitious DC Studios projects, a theatrical film focused on The Authority has been shelved as this at this time, per Gunn himself saying it. And I kept thinking, who on earth are these people? Because, like I said, I'm not that big of a DC nerd or a DC fan. I do like DC, don't get me wrong, but the only big team I know in DC, like big team, is the Justice League. And then you hear of the Titans and some of these other groups and teams and things like that. But I'm like, who is the Authority? So I did a little digging just so I knew. And to our audience who may be thinking the same thing, how important are these people? Is this even a thing we should talk about? Is this something we should care about? Let me tell you about what this team is, and then you make up your mind if this is something for your if this was your cup of tea or not, and if you think this is a missed opportunity having their own theatrical film or not. So, the Authority is a superhero team in DC Comics known for being far more aggressive and morally flexible than traditional heroes like Superman or Batman. They're basically save the world at any cost heroes, often crossing lines the Justice League wouldn't. Their origins are the team was originally created by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch in 1999 under DC's Wildstorm imprint, which later became part of the main DC universe in the comics. Their debut series, The Authority, helped redefine modern superhero storytelling with cinematic action and darker themes for a comic book. The Authority doesn't wait for permission or worry much about politics. They intervene globally, overthrow dictators, stop wars, and eliminate threats permanently if needed. Think of them as more of an extreme, provocative version of the Justice League. To me, it sounds like the boys, but in DC form. Some of the key members include Jenny Sparks, who could control electricity, and she's the team leader. Midnighter, a brutal Batman like strategist who can predict fights before they happen. Apollo, a Superman level powerhouse who draws energy from the sun, sounds just like a Kryptonian. The Engineer, has nanotechnology in her blood, letting her reshape her body into weapons or machines. That is kind of cool. Um, Jack Hawksmoor, um, I'm guessing he is the hawk-like figure in here, gains powers from cities themselves. How? That's very interesting.
Hmm.
The Doctor, a mystical shaman with vast magical abilities. And really, why do they matter? I guess it's a big shift in the superhero comics at that time. It pushed the idea that heroes could be politically active, violent, and morally gray. And that is definitely influenced in shows like on Amazon's The Boys and things like that. So, I guess, Ike, I'm gonna ask you, what do you think of this team? Do you care that they're not gonna be a film anymore? Or is this the DC dark horse that we're probably not gonna see, if not for a while?
So, yeah, my brain is everywhere on this. And the problem I have, I think, is I don't know who they are. Never heard of them till today. Like, I'm like, who? Unfortunately. They sound interesting. They have a lot of Eternals feeling to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then at the same time, I also think about James Gunn, and I'm like, man, I think it's shelved mainly because it's not the right time for this team. I had similar feelings about when Marvel announced that they're going to do Guardians of the Galaxy. Someone said, yeah, it's a raccoon in a tree, and a green girl. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, these movies were good until now. I really because I didn't know, I had no idea who these people were.
Mm-hmm.
And because they were pretty new, right? Anyway, they're not that old of a team anyways, right?
Yeah, and it was just a new concept for the MCU to
Yeah.
throw this movie in. Like,
And then the movie comes out and you're like, oh, it is brilliant.
yeah, oh my gosh. I was shocked.
And it opened us up to the rest of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, was because of that movie we're able to go where we went with the rest of the stuff. I think that's what this movie is as well for DC. Not so much universal wise, but I think that once he establishes the Justice League, it would be interesting to dive into an opposite team that they struggle with dealing with. I think he just needs to. I think it's shelved for that reason. I think James wants to do this. I think it's a passion project of his. Clearly, he must like these characters a lot. He must know them. And he's real good at taking these obscure characters and making a thing out of them that'll be really well. But we're still in the midst of getting a Justice League team.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you need that first, but it definitely, if you're going to have guys like these guys who give them a hard time, I want a little better taste of who our Justice League is.
I agree. I actually think that would have been, for me, if I was in charge of DC Studios, a logical step is build your Justice League,
Yeah.
kinda like how Marvel did. They built their Avengers, and then they expand upon all the rest of the universe later. So you had a core team and core characters you were following through, and you could compare and contrast with the other teams. And this has 7 members. The original Justice League roster had 7 members.
Yeah.
They all look like they can mimic the Justice League to a degree. It feels like you're kind of putting I would not have picked a team like this that's not as well known as the Justice League to be something that's my immediate coming soon. I could see this in like DC Studios Phase 3 if they're doing phases like Marvel did type thing, and they're like, "Hey, guess what? You already had a taste of Justice League and a couple of the core characters, and this is a working train. Let's add in another team that you can see them intermingle with, and you could really then get a good sense of, oh, there's a stark difference between Justice League and Authority, Batman and this other character that's like Batman, Midnighter." Things like that. I think that would have been a little bit of a cool and
Yeah.
something for the audience to really grasp that and say, we like these characters, and now we can get a full picture of who they are.
If I were James Gunn, this would be my Civil War of my DC universe, where let's get a few movies in,
Yep.
and then what if we had heroes versus heroes, and they're versus each other because one is a little more violent, and they're trying to tame them. And there's your Civil War movie, right?
That's perfect.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. And then it'd be cool. There's all these characters out there. So I have no problem with him doing this. And I think that's why it's shelved. I think it's only news because he just jumped the gun and talked about it
Yeah.
and made a big deal. And
See,
he does that a lot.
James Gunn's very active on social media.
Right.
Odds are, like, out of 10, it's probably like 7 out of 10, he's going to be commenting on something if you send him a message.
In fact, if you send him a message, say, hey, what's next for you? He'll list probably 5 things that he wants to have done, but some of them are probably 10 years from now. You know, it's so you just don't know what and I think he's sticking to his policy. When a script is ready and it's perfect, that goes next. And I just don't think there's this perfect script for this yet. And also, he's probably a little strategically thinking, we probably should establish our main Justice League before we do a whole other team. But you mentioned The Boys kind of feel to it. I don't think it'll get that kind of crazy, but I think it does have that kind of feel to it. By the way, guys, I'm watching the final season of The Boys. It is fantastic. It is fantastic. It's Homelander's the only version of Superman I like, and he's such an evil, nasty guy. He's just, it's some of the best superhero stuff I've ever seen is in this show.
Well,
It's such a good show.
I've only watched season 1 of The Boys.
It's a wild show.
It is a wild show.
It's wild.
It's funny. I love Invincible. That's on Amazon.
Oh yeah, it's good.
And it's been like a week and a half now since the last episode has been released, and I had not had time to sit down and watch it, because when I sit down and watch it, I don't want to be working on our podcast editing or on the script or something like that. I want to sit down and focus on it because it is such a good show. I love Invincible.
I think you and I would have a good time if we sat down and did like a 2 episodes at a time with The Boys and talked about it. Because I think you would like it. It's just getting through. It's wild. There's things that when I'm watching, I go, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, what are we watching? But it's there though. Like that feeling of like the urgency, all the stuff you want though is there. Every second that Homelander's on screen is some of the best television I've ever seen. He is, my God, forgive me. Anthony Starr is his name, the actor. He did a show called Banshee, which is also wild, and it's real good. And he plays a guy who kicks a lot of ass in that. But in this, though, he is just, I know we're not talking about that, but this reminded me of it. I just want to throw it out there to you. He's so scary because you don't know what he's going to do. And he's the most powerful being on the planet. He can do whatever he wants to do. And the only reason he doesn't go scorched earth is because he's mentally disturbed. And he's not sure how or what or why so like there really is no, like, if this guy had his mind about him, he'd probably just take over. And he is right now. You got to watch some show. It's like but he just mercilessly will kill people. You saw in what you did end up seeing. He's oh my God, guys.
There's.
And then this show does great because nobody's safe. And that's what I like about this show is everybody there's a couple characters, they're not going to get rid of right away because they're building to things. But there's a lot of characters that they'll introduce to you, and 2-3 episodes later, they're gone dead. And you're like, what? Played by big actors, and they're gone, dead. And it's all because like they just want you to be, you know. My favorite scene of his is they're recruiting people for the 7, and this one guy, he's blind, like he's basically a Daredevil version. And he's doing all these cool fighting tricks. He has super hearing and all that. He walks up to Homelander, and Homelander just slaps the sides of his head, and his head explodes. And he goes, "Yeah, so he can't see me coming. We need better people in here." Like he's just that kind of guy.
Oh my God.
But the creepier scenes about him is he'll be standing. There's moments where you'll see him in the show standing and staring at a wall, and someone will interrupt him, and he'll get like, "Oh yeah, sorry," and you forget that he can see through things. So he's like watching people, like in bathrooms, and he's got a mother complex, so he wants to drink mother's milk. So he uses a shapeshifter to turn into his mom, so he can lay on their lap and feed off of its breast. And I'm telling you, it sounds insane. But when you watch it though, and you watch the show and how the stakes are there, it's good. It's intense. It's intense. Anyways, we'll get past that. We'll get to that sometime. Comment down, guys, if you want us to do some in the future. We'll do it, especially with the show ending, because we can do a special on it, and have time with
series type thing, yeah.
Because it's an easy watch. I watch. I'm invested all the time. But with this here, guys, I mean, yeah, Sam. I don't know this unique group of characters. Funny is this, they all sound like Justice League characters. So it's like, to me, it's like, it feels like an opposite else world of something that's going on. I like the idea. I hope James Gunn gets to do this. I really want to know our Justice League before we get this, though. My own personal taste.
Yeah. So again, guys, let us know. Do you care about the Authority? Are you a Authority super fan? You were excited for this, and now you're kind of let down because of the news? Or are you just someone who's like, who are you again? And we're just waiting to see if this does come about. It definitely sounds like James Gunn is interested in doing a show or a movie like this. So odds are it's probably going to be done. The question now is when. So let us know in the comments below what are your thoughts. And Ike, what is your mystery news of the week that I did not plan?
Yeah, so it's not Marvel or DC news, but it's news that we're going to be doing soon because it's May and it's coming out. And I just wanted to kind of throw out to you that I read a lot of early reactions to Mortal Kombat 2. And I got to tell you, some of the stuff I'm hearing is fantastic.
The character trailers are coming out, like trickling out on my social media right now. They are awesome.
Oh my God.
I watched the Kung Lao one today.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. Spoiler alert, he died in the first one. And you're like, I'm wondering, how's he coming back? And then they give like a little taste. I'm like,
Quan Chi, obviously, right? Yeah. So guys, Sammy and I are big Mortal Kombat fans. We had famously spent 6 hours once playing Mortal Kombat, which I'm sure there's a lot of y'all out there have done this, playing the same two characters, just trying to beat each other back and forth. And
he won every time except like once.
But man, was it fun!
It was
such a good time.
We picked our strongest characters that we like and that we know we can do well with. Then we picked the weakest character that we're not good at.
Yeah, it was the one that had the tag team stuff in it.
Yeah, so it's Mortal Kombat 9.
That awesome one.
You had Scorpion and
Nightwolf.
Nightwolf.
God, it sucks.
I had Katana and Shiva.
Oh man, you guys!
And oh my gosh,
hours of entertainment, just those four.
And then when my character dies, I'm like, Shiva. I'm like, crap. I don't know how they use her. I only know one thing, and I always would jump on them all the time.
I hope this movie does that. I hope there's like a few moments where a character repeats something a few times just for laughs. Because we want the campiness,
guys.
We want the campiness.
If you play it, you do that too. You find 2 or 3 moves that you're like, no matter what, if I do these, I'm probably gonna win.
Yeah.
And so I think that would have been fun. It's kind of like in the first Mortal Kombat.
They did taste it in the first one.
What was it? Liu Kang
was tripping him.
Tripped. Be like, yes, because who hasn't done that?
You've all desperately did that to win a round. You knew you were losing.
Oh my God.
We all are guilty of it. Everybody is.
I'm very guilty of the jump kicks. When I know I'm losing, I'm like, jump and kick.
Especially with like Shao Kahn or something, because you can't just stand still for that guy. Oh my God. You hit him, he just laughs at you and throws you across and you're dead.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, what I am hearing is that it's surprising and it's good. And the news that I've been hearing, I can't remember where I read it or listened to it. I wish I can. And I've heard it in several different spots. So I'm not really blowing up anybody's spot or leaving them out because other people have talked about it. But I guess they go into a 2D kind of, not 2D, but like when they do these fight scenes in this movie, they're saying that it goes almost like how the video game has like that moment of the video where you're watching a storyline play out, and then as it goes into the fight, it centers out to like where it's got the two characters on each side. I guess they're doing this in this movie as well.
That could be very creatively
the majority of these fight scenes, when they happen, are going to be just you're there moving like you're playing the game, watching them fight, which means it's going to be clear. You get to see what they're doing. And to me, that's awesome. I mean, obviously, there's going to be other angles. You see in the trailers, other angles, and they're going to do stuff. But if you get moments of that, they said it's very reminiscent of what they did with that Doom movie that Carl Urban also was in, where at the end of Doom, it's a famous first-person shooter game. And towards the end of Doom, they give you a 15 to 20-minute segment where it's all in first person of him running through this place shooting monsters. And it's just a taste of, okay, yeah, look, we're playing a little, homage to it, But I guess Mortal Kombat's going to do that with a lot of these. And I'm like, yes.
That sounds.
And they're saying people die. Lots of people die. And Shao Kahn is evil and hardcore. Man, I hope they go the distance, I hope they are willing to actually kill people in this. Like, take these characters and do something with it. I don't want some characters to go, but I'll tell you, get daring, man.
Gosh.
Like, let's kill some that you just feel like, oh my God, I can't believe we just killed that guy.
Yeah.
Like, let's take Liu Kang out. I don't want him to go, but boy, wouldn't that?
It'll be a shocker. That's the thing. That's what they want, is a shock appeal. And then be like, how this is going to play out later.
This is much like the games, right? You know what's going to go on. And I think that would be interesting if it was Shao Kahn that did most of the killing. I'd like to see multiple of them try to take him out, and he just
show how brutal he is.
Yeah, show why he keeps winning. And so you earn when he dies, because clearly, we know how the movie's going to end, right, guys? Maybe. No, maybe. Who knows? All I know is that, they say this is definitely the tournament. They're saying there's a lot of things I'm hearing that there are deaths. There are big character deaths. There are a lot of character deaths. It's brutal. It's violent. And there's things that we aren't even privy to yet that's not in the trailers that we have no idea we're going to see. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see that movie and we talk about it, and it's going to be a great time. Well, I just wanted to throw the 2D thing was the news to me, because to me, that's like, oh, I am in for something like this. I think I liked that first one they did, but what it was missing was that idea of the combat felt very rushed. It wouldn't have been nice to see like the end fight. We needed more of those kind of fights in it, in that movie. I don't have a problem with Cole in that. I mean, everybody thinks that's the worst part. I don't got a problem. They introduce new characters in fighting games all the time.
I kind of liked it. To me, it was a little refreshing that I didn't have to know too much about him, because you're seeing the movie through his eyes to a degree. So I hear he's not in this next one, but
he is. He's in the newest trailer. And it shows him fighting Shao Kahn. And I'm telling you right now, guys, you're gonna watch him die. I think they kill Cole in the first 15 minutes of the movie. Well, I think that's why they go get Johnny Cage.
Oh boy. And
I think they're like, man, or maybe at the first 15 minutes, but I'm telling you, it's early in the movie and he's gone. And I think that would be smart. It's not because of I'm not saying that because of the fans' reaction to him, that they didn't like him. I'm saying that because you've proven a point that make this like, oh no, this isn't good. This guy is meaning it. Well, so even your newest guy you thought was going to be something, go for it. I think this movie's going to focus more on Katana. I think she's going to be the one to kill Shao Kahn, to be completely honest with you. She's got the biggest history of him out of the game, being the stolen father type of thing.
And Katana's one of my favorite characters. I usually use between her and Sindel. I use those two a lot.
And she looks awesome in the trailer. She looks like she's kicking a lot of ass. So so I think you obviously in the trailer you see that there's a fight between them anyways already. So I think whatever you see in the trailer is a fight that you see, but the outcome of it is. So we see him fighting almost everybody at one point in time. Only one of them can kill him.
Yeah.
This movie could be wild, y'all. I'm just saying. Do we see Raiden die? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
this year,
anyway,
when it comes to our movies, anyone who likes sci-fi or video games type stuff, you're eating well this year, to be honest.
Oh, between this and Street Fighter, wow.
Street Fighter, Masters of the Universe comes out 1
Yeah,
month later
that's
from
right.
now.
That's right.
I mean, the Super Mario Galaxy movie just crossed over $1 billion, and that's still going strong.
Wow,
Like,
really did it? Wow,
yes, it's
that's
the
wild.
first movie this year, from my understanding, that's made over $1 billion.
I'm not surprised. The first one made a lot too.
It did,
Yeah.
and this one obviously brought the fanfare, and I liked it. I recently watched it. It was really good. So, guys, comment down below what your thoughts on the Mortal Kombat trailer and all the news coming out, and it's next week, guys. This is
Oh,
awesome.
hey, we gotta talk about going to see it then.
Oh,
Would Audie go watch?
he will definitely.
Sweet.
He loved the first one, so we're gonna go. So,
Yeah,
guys,
I'm
you might
stoked.
get an out of theater reaction from us. We'll definitely mention it later on in the podcast. So, jump down in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2.
Awesome.
All right. Well, that concludes our Multiverse Minute segment of the podcast. Stay tuned for the Rumor Mill Rundown.
Yeah.